Okay, collective. So I was getting that you have gained some clarity in regards to the path that is meant for you. Like you've had an epiphany, like a light bulb moment type of thing. Um, but there's a lack mindset in the way, in some way, like fearing that there is too much competition. Okay, and so your path could be controversial for some reason or another, right? But you have to remember that people are going to criticize you no matter what you do, okay? So, I don't know, if you're, I don't know, I wanted to say almost like, oh, if you're a single mom, right? For example, like, I don't have kids, okay? Not yet, or whatever, but like, so, but it's just what it's coming through. So, like, say you're a single mom, and people criticize you because you get a corporate job that takes up a lot of your time and then your kids have to go to a nanny, okay? However, say you are like, no, you know what, I want to try to find a man that's like a provider that is, that I can trust for my kids, because I know that's a big thing. Like, not everybody can be trusted around children, right? But say you like gain the discernment and you like actually spend time and do a background check and like, I don't know, do go through the steps and everything involved to make sure that they're not a predator, okay? And then but then they also are genuinely a good person, and then blah blah. But say that, yeah, you want to find someone that can help you and your kids, right? People are gonna judge you for doing that too, right? And then they would judge you for trying to go back to your ex too. So you kind of just need to understand yourself uh, more than you like give a shit what anybody thinks about what you do, because they will always have something to say about it as if it's their life to live, right? So whatever thing that was in your mind, right, that you're like, oh my god, this would actually solve all of my problems and I could do this and I would genuinely be happy and feel fulfilled doing this, and I would feel like I was not sacrificing any aspect of my happiness if I was to do this thing, right? But then there's some fear about like, oh, so like uh, if you're trying to go back to go back to school even, right? um or go to get like a high paying job or whatever, or get an unconventional job, you know, or even like finding like a high quality provider man who's like a good man, right? uh you may be like, well, why would that situation or that person want me of all people, and like, oh, I have too much going on for that to ever work out for me, blah blah blah. Or like, uh you know what, there's just something in regards to you thinking that out of all the options available, why would they pick you? And I guess there for the reassurance aspect of things. Ooh, wow. Did you see that? I love that. Basically, girl, got it going on. I don't know what, yeah, like, I think that you just, like, don't perceive yourself, as the way that you actually are. Because whatever it is that you desire would view you, or currently views you, or, if I'm just saying, they would, if you would, like, present yourself to them as, like, the complete package, like the privileged lady, as like worthy of being provided for and up on a pedestal. Like, you deserve good treatment, you deserve to be spoiled, you deserve to be abundant. Like, so yeah, this is the lady that can attract the provider man, if that's what you want, okay? um you may dress very well, or you have a good sense of style and you just need the funds to do so, but you are stunning. Like, it doesn't matter if, even if you are like a little bit older or whatever. And even if like you perceive yourself to be unconventionally attractive in some way, you are still attractive. You may look unique, but like, I guess a little predictive or whatever. And not to like shade people who like look the same, because like, y'all are still beautiful too or whatever, right? But like, there's something about people craving uniqueness and like unique forms of beauty or whatever. And so like the imperfection, like, again, I don't even want to say that, like the things that you perceive to make you unconventionally attractive are just going to like add to your allure in some way. But it is giving like, I don't know, you're in a really good position. I think that you just don't, you're not like seeing yourself clearly. That's all. You may just be a very harsh critic of yourself, or like you you view yourself the way that people who put you down in the past have. And you could, if you're seeing this, you could be intuitive and like psychic, telepathic, whatever, to the point where like, say you do have, say you are like a single parent. You don't just have to be a single mom, okay? You could be a single dad who like desires somebody to provide for, like, but you want your like love your life female person, okay? And you worry that like, I don't know, I'm just giving that, like it's giving that like you can manifest anything that you want, and it will be successful and abundant when you do so. You also may like, it's giving a bit of like, if you go outside and you whistle, then the birds are gonna whistle back to you. But you may enjoy like bird watching or something, or like getting into that. I'm also getting, if you were thinking of going somewhere on a trip, you may want to look and see about going to like one of those bird sanctuaries, because you could have a really profound experience there or something like that. Um, but I think that you just need to lean into figuring out how to feel. Like if you're a feminine and you're like a mom, lean back into your feminine energy so you can feel like, not in like, it's not in a bad way whatsoever, but just find little ways to where you can, pamper yourself, to remind yourself that you are worthy of good things, you know. Um, I'm like splitting the deck. I can just like shuffle, I guess, a little more. But it's giving too, like, if you're, I'm getting also for a masculine, if you say, you split with somebody and you feel, you process that as like a failure or something, because maybe you're somebody who actually wanted to provide for a family and have that situation going on, but then, you realize that's not your person, and like things went on or whatever. And, you know, you don't need to continue to process that situation as a personal failure. Like, I do feel like you could even perceive yourself as like, well, like I should be Mr. Make It Happen, or if like if I couldn't fix things, how could I just like go and bring my problems to another person? And I'm just getting that like there is somebody who is the right fit for you, okay? That is a good match that will accept you for any like, and if you know that you made mistakes in the past, just learn from them, and just like, I think that people get too caught up in like, just because somebody, and I'm not talking about anybody who was like super like bad. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like, I'm not talking about anything like super terrible, obviously, but like, if you know that you weren't the best before and that contributed to some sort of like relationship disintegrating, just do the work on yourself and make sure that you're actually ready when you know, if that's truly what you want, is to actually be with somebody and have somebody that you can like love romantically. But don't close yourself off to being deserving of the prospect of that ever happening to you, I guess. I'll shuffle a little more. But yeah, so whatever, like, you had a realization about what would make you happy, you need to just go and pursue that, because you can attain it. This flipped over. Yeah. Hold on. I'm not gonna lie. This was kind of coming through as like there's some wounding in regards to you feeling like you're giving up on something. But it's like, say that there was like a vineyard that you had like grown or whatever and spent so much energy on, right? But it like developed some form of like deep rot, and it spread everywhere, and you're at like the last little corner of it that hasn't like completely disintegrated yet, and you're still like trying to, be like, no, I can't give up yet or whatever. At a certain point in time, it's not it's not about giving up. It's just like, I don't know. You don't need to think about it that way. You should appreciate it for like what it was at the time, and also know that you will be able to create something like equally as beautiful the next time, and that you can take that knowledge you gained in order to make this new time like last. infinitely, you know?